Good evening. Today is Monday, January 7th, 2013, and you're watching the Jessa Channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today we're back in Acanthop Isle. Specifically, we're back at the little schoolhouse. For those of you who watched the last episode, you will remember that I brought the orphans here for a lovely first day of school. And one of the things that I got as comments in the comments, which I love the comments you guys leave. Wonderful. I really feel like I have the best audience ever. Is a suggestion that we go ahead and decorate the schoolhouse. And I am feeling in a decorating mood, so I think it's a good time to get that going. I'm also thinking about what we're going to do while Sienna is pregnant. So leave me some suggestions. I'm thinking of putting a substitute teacher into the school. And how that would be is that I would either have this teacher be a manager, because this is a business lot, and Sienna can hire a manager and then not have to come in to school. But I'm not sure if that's going to work. If not, then I'm just going to have Sienna temporarily sell the lot to another sim and then buy it back. One of the first things that I have gotten as requests is for the school is to bring more students in. And of course, that's very exciting, the idea of having a lot of students in. But once again, we want to remember that I particularly am a slow simmer and I play the whole hood at once. The difficulty about that is that patience is required. The good thing about that is that you get to see the Sims grow up over time, and it's, once we get down the road a little bit with this Let's Play, you're going to start to see some of the great things that can happen with playing your whole hood in an integrated way, the way I'm showing you, the way I play. So right now we have 3 students and we have 12 seats available in our school. This is my long-term plan for the school. And that is, we will let the school fill up with the orphans, which are 3 students. There are 2 baby orphans that will grow up, 2 toddlers that will grow into children fairly soon, and they'll join into the school, and the rest of the seats will be available for the Sims that are born in the school. Once we reach 12 kids, then the school will become a private school, no longer a state-funded school, or in this case, since there is no such thing as a state in Acanthop, but no longer a council-funded school, funded by the Elder Council, and it'll become a private school with the Elder Council as like the board of directors, or what do you call it? The school board. That's what I'm thinking about. So anyway, yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. And I have had some suggestions once again about making it a big high school, adding a lot of kids, adding a boarding school, that kind of thing. And it's all going to be a little bit too complicated for what I'm aiming for. Once again, think village school, Although I encourage you guys, if one of you has decided to make a big high school with lots of thriving students in it and you want to make that work, I think that's a great idea. Go for it. Make a video out of it, and I'll attach it as a video response. So that's the key there for if you let my ideas inspire you. And if you want to go ahead and build a big old school, I say more power to you. So right here is the entryway, and what I'm looking for in the nether regions of my miscellaneous section here is I'm looking for some good shelving. What I'm looking for is shelving that I like that, but I'm thinking about using shelving that we can make be any height we want to be. Let me show you some fun shelving that I have. I just have to remember where it is. Specifically, I think this is it. And this shelf was made before... Yes, I'm looking at I'm pausing because I'm looking at the description. So this shelf was made before the expansion pack Apartment Life came out. And that means that these shelves don't go up and down the walls. So the shelf maker had to make different, 5 different shelves with different heights. So you have the tallest shelf here, and another shelf height, and another shelf height, and another shelf height, and another shelf height. And I have so many recolors of this. And then the shelf maker also made these walls, sides here that you could make. So I think what I'm going to do, when I do that there, I think so. I think I'm going to put a and then a short wall here, another size wall, and then another size wall there. So I'm going to do some unique shelf building here. First of all, I want to think out how I'd like it to be. Let's move this. Put that there so that, and you know, even though this makes no difference to the Sims, but what I just thought in my brain was, well, if they're walking into this entryway like this, and if you try and imagine yourself as a Sim walking into this entryway, you want to have like a nice line of sight instead of, say, this big, let me move objects on this, this big thing here blocking the view like that. So always the interior designer thinking about how that's going to work out. But anyway, yeah. See, that just doesn't look as good. Because it just blocks the view into the room. Can't have that. I don't watch home decorating shows because we don't have television. But if I did, it would be straight up be these home decorating shows, that's for sure. I'm trying to think of a design of how I want this to go. So these are neat because you can make whatever shelving combination you want. I'm thinking, hey, get back here. I hate when that happens. Did I tell you that? Did I mention how I hate how that happens? Because I do. Put another one here. And then this one over here. I don't like how that sticks into the wall there. I'm going to take that out for a minute. We'll leave that. Okay, and we have, see? Look at that. See? Instant shelves. Isn't that fun? And one on top there. And one there. And where'd this one go? That one there too. And this is a bottom one. There. Bottom. Bottom. Oh! Grr. This flicking thing when the object, does this do this to you guys too? Somebody don't let me sit here all by myself being irritated. Let me know if this irritates you, because I swear it irritates me. Okay, look at that. Custom shelves. And they look like they've been put in. Isn't that neat? We had a cabinet maker come and make our shelves. And so if we find that we need more space, like, for example, here, we can just take the shelf out. I love that. I have to admit that I love that. Okay. So display shelves for the kids' artwork, for the sculptures that they're going to be making in the pottery class. And over here, this wall, I plan to have be a display for artwork, as well as the walls in the classroom as well too. And, you know, this whole wall here may be for that. We'll see. So we're still working on this front area here. I imagine in my imagination that there's a little coat rack back. Actually, listen to me. I'm talking about my imagination when I can just put a coat rack here. I want to make sure it's one that comes down with the walls, though. That's pretty important because that would block my view. And there ain't nothing more irritating than having your blue vocked. Okay, let's try that again. There ain't nothing more irritating than having your view blocked. What's a view blocked? Yeah, okay. So let's see if this comes down with the walls. No. But will it bug me that way? Yeah, it will. Because it'll stop me from being able to see the two students having lunch here when we have a nice full student hall. So no coat rack underneath there. Because I can't think of another one that I have that comes down with the walls. I'm just doing a quick brain think. You'll notice that I have very few dressers. I have a ton of custom content sets, bedroom sets where dressers would be a part of it. But I one day realized that I never use my dressers at all. how about we try putting this here? I do like the idea of a coat rack that the kids come in and put their clothes on. Although, I don't know, this coat rack won't do because I don't know how many kids wear a fedora. Yeah, and it doesn't quite look like a school coat rack. But luckily, I have some recolors of this. Without the fedora, what is that? That's still fedora action. Can't have that. I want one with color. Oh, that's it. That'll do it. Because look, there's a little kitty coat, and then there's a coat for the teacher. I just love that. I just get all happy about stuff like that. So there's the coat room when the kids come into school. Oops. And the other, and I don't think we'll see, but I don't think that will bother my eye line of sight. We'll see Sienna sitting out here by the curb, getting cold. Poor thing. There's one thing about Sienna, she is about the cutest thing in the world. Look at that. Okay, we just had to have a Sienna moment. The other thing that I keep thinking should go here, for some reason, is a couch. And I kind of imagine that the parents who have come to school to have teacher conferences or something would sit there and hang out. Let's see how that looks. So I did a radio, I keep wanting to say radio, that dates me. A talk show interview on Twitch TV. What do you call those? An internet show? I don't know what that would be called now. Anyway, did an interview on the Marquee Dragon Show, which was great fun and a great success. And I will be putting that interview up on the channel. I just need to edit it a little bit, so you guys will get to see that. Great fun that we had. Just trying to find a little bench here. That's 3 sizes. Let's find something that's appropriate for the entry hall of a school. That is not too fancy. Of course, because the kids are going to be running all over it. These are going to go in the church. These pews are earmarked for the church, which we will be decorating fairly soon, and I will be showing you how the church works with real services, as usual. Everything that I put in the hood is designed to work in the hood. Oh, here we go. This is from Simplan-X, and it's part of the Simplicity collection. And I haven't been to the Simplan-X site in ages, but I'm pretty sure that it's still around. There, that's perfect. Let's snap objects to grid this. Take it off so I can put it right in the middle. Oh, see? I spent all that. I hate that. I don't know what that was. I don't remember that being part of the base game, although the base game was years ago. 7 years ago now. But, actually 8 years ago now. Coming up on. Anyway, is that wood match? Yes, it does. Yay! I will move that couch if it starts to cause route blocks, but we'll try it for now. So let's move on over to the classroom. Here comes the fun part here. I'm going to add a little bit more to this entryway. I'm not done with it, but I want to hit the major parts of each area, and then we'll add the little accoutrement. This is a fancy Let's Play. We say things like accoutrement. Anyway, in this Marquee Dragon Show, one of the questions that he asked me was about Let's Playing. And I have enjoyed Let's Playing a great deal. And it's just been so much fun. I'm turning these around because if you guys remember from the Let's Play in the last episode, the Sims had trouble getting to these, and I figured out that it was because, or I think it's because, we're going to find out, that these were backwards. So we'll put them here to the front, and hopefully they should have they should be able to get to them. There we go. And just to test that out, that's why Sienna is here. I'm going to put this one here and see, because the green arrow, and I should have noticed this, the green arrow designates, for those of you guys who don't play The Sim, on an object, this arrow pointing forward designates the entry area where the Sim will approach the object. So if I were to take this and put it up against the wall like this, the Sim wouldn't be able to get to the object. And they would have what we Simmers call a route failure. And if you don't have mods, route failures are extremely annoying in that they basically, I have a feeling that this one over here against the wall is not going to work, so let's try it and see. The Sims basically have a hissy fit. If you have mods the way I do, they will simply stand there and show you in their thought bubble what is blocking them from being able to use that object. So I am clicking on this bookshelf over here in the corner and seeing if Sienna can use it. I have a feeling that the chair is going to be blocking it. Come on over, Sienna. There we go. And you can see here, she pauses and she shows me what the problem is. And it stops her from doing that. Wah, 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 I can't get to this. So as much as I'd like to have these bookshelves on every desk, I'm not going to be able to do that because of the tightness of space. But that's okay. I think what I can do instead is put one on the front students, but I like the idea of each desk having some books. So let's turn these books around and do it here like this, like so, and like so. And then I'm going to hold the shift key down and click this and have another book pop up, in case you didn't know that trick. That allows you to just, it's like the eyedropper tool. It allows you to make a copy of whatever it is that you're about to put down. So let me know if you didn't know about that trick. I think, I sometimes think everybody must know that, but of course there are a lot of people who don't know some of these little tricks. I'm sure there's tricks I don't know about yet. I've been playing for a long time in The Sims 2, and I know a lot of tricks, but I'm sure there's something I can learn. So this should mean that every desk, because I just like the idea of the desks having some books on the end there. And let me put down the wall so I can freaking see something. And Sienna should be able to use it. So let's try these. And she should pick the nearest chair without a problem. And there we go. And she picks a chair and we're ready to go. Perfect. So this means that during free time, when the students need to want to read a book or get some skills or whatnot, they can just all grab a chair and read. That's perfect. Now, let's move on to, now one of the things I want to do in this place before we move on to further things in the classroom is I want to change the walls. These walls are not my style. So we're going to go for more colorful walls for the school. So I was mentioning, and I have asked you guys in chat to let me know. I've noticed watching my Let's Plays. I do watch my Let's Plays most of them, because I want to improve. And the best way to improve is to watch yourself. And I'm telling you, it's eye-opening and embarrassing. You'll listen to it and you'll say, what the heck was I smoking? Right there. And it takes, I'm getting better at the technique, I would say, of, oh, how bright that is. That's lovely. I've got a lot of bright colors here. I'm going to go for mostly bright. I don't often use bright colors, not my style. But this is a schoolhouse. I think it would do with some nice primary colors. Ooh, that's a bit too primary. She says, hopefully. Primary, but not so primary. So one of the things that I had noticed was how I will begin a thought and then have a hard time finishing the thought because I'm distracted by 12 different things. And I don't mind just being the distracted part, but what I do mind is never remembering what I was saying and never finishing the thought, which drives you guys crazy watching it. Oh, right there. That's the one. There she blows. So I was mentioning earlier that I was on the Marquee Dragon show, and it was such great fun. And one of the things that he had asked me about was Let's Playing. And Let's Playing has been a great eye-opener for me. I've learned a lot of skills already just from doing it. I'm having a fantastic time. I'm going for a blue, but something a little bit more subtle if I can get it. I'm going for bright but subtle. And one of the ways that Let's Plays have helped me is in learning how I have little annoyances in my speech. I like that. Something that works. Let's go for something that's going to work a little bit better with this wood theme we've got going on, because that doesn't quite match. So as I'm doing it right now, you know, I'm talking, I'm trying to find a, oh, that's nice. That's very good. Trying to find a wall color. I'm keeping in mind, you know, the episode, making sure that things are, ooh, there's the one right there. Making sure that things are moving at a good pace. All the different aspects of Let's Playing, and it's been eye-opening to watch how I have difficulty staying on track. So what I've asked is that you all help me stay on track, that by letting me know in comments if I go too much off. Ah, perfect. See, I want each room to be a slightly different color, so we're going with a whole bunch of primaries, but all with that baseboard look. To let me know in comments if I go off track. And I'm really exercising that, making sure I stay on track. And if I do something like begin a thought and don't finish it, let me know in comments, and I'll try and remember what I was going to say and tell you. And then you can help me become a better Let's Player. So I'm going to use the same technique where the open areas, you know, the hallways are all kind of one color, like this. And then the separate rooms are different colors. Oh, I love that. Doesn't that look lovely? Looks very school-like to me. And for me, I'm always thinking about things that don't matter to the Sims at all. Like, for example, I just thought, and yes, this white baseboard here is so much easier to clean all the kids' handprints from. I think that's just my role-playing, storytelling, imagination brain is what that is. Oops! Hit the tab key. By the way, well, I won't do it right now because I want to stay on track, but I will eventually, and remind me if I don't, show you guys how the tab key works for taking pictures. It's a wonderful tool. So let's move up to the second floor and put something here in the paint room, the creativity room, let's call it that, where they'll do the paint and the pottery. And then we'll have the music room upstairs and the badge room. I once heard another simmer call it the badgery, which I think is a great name for it, so I might steal that. Okay, so once again, like I said, you know, like this, and I should just take this out, because that's a color that, I can't think of when I'd ever use that. So what I do is when I find things that I don't like while I'm playing, I just delete it right away. And when I'm done, I sync my downloads folder so that my downloads folder removes everything that I just deleted. And if you don't understand what I just said, no problem. I kind of almost don't understand myself. I like this gray very much. I think it might show off the art really well. Let's go with that. Because the art's going to be mostly on those white easels, and that'll show it off really well. And the badgery. That's a little dark. We want something that's a little bit brighter, more of an eye-popping. It's hard to find a mix between eye pop and burn your eyeballs out. This, by the way, let me tell you where this is coming from. This set. That's just too much for me. Let me know if I'm picking some of these and you guys are going, yes, yes, this is wonderful. And I go, no, 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 that's too much. If you guys are more of the brights type, or this one is the one that I keep thinking. Yeah, let's go with that. and then the bathrooms. The bathrooms will be simple whites. Do a different one. And, you know, I think what I'll do is I'll put the boys and change these doors so one of them is for the boys and one of them is for the girls. And actually, ooh, I can take that right back. I don't need to do that. Although I don't like these doors, to be absolutely honest. So I might change these doors, because this was more of a country schoolhouse thing going on. And I'm not digging the country schoolhouse thing. I mean, I love country schoolhouses, but this one is not my style. So we're going to go for more islandy, islandy, little villagey type thing. Okay, so boys. Shall we just do the stereotypical boys are blue? Yeah. So those are the boys. And the girls are kind of pinkish. Yeah. Is that pink gonna annoy me? It just might. It just might annoy me. Just, yeah, that one's much better. I just really am allergic to bright colors. I swear I can't stand it. And the reason why I said I don't need to, you know, if you don't have a modded game, you can make bathrooms be boys or girls only by changing there's a couple of doors, or maybe one set of doors that come with the game that are set to only allow females through or only allow males through. And you can do that, but I am going to configure bathroom uses you so that it will, these toilet papers I'm clicking on. And this mod, once again, is by Pescado at More Awesome Than You. Maddie is what it's called in the community. And so I'm going to tell these toilet paper rolls to reject, not allow, not attract, or call to males and females based upon the bathroom that they're in. So these should only allow male students to use them, and these should only allow female students to use them, and that's fine. And when they come out, they'll automatically just use the sink, so there's no need, I don't think, we'll see during play, for me to put something in here in this main open room here. And also, just because, you know, I gotta just have my little bit of realism kick everywhere I do. I'm thinking, but one of these bathrooms have to have a little urinal for the little boys. But I'm not going to put a toilet right smack dab in the urinal because they would just tinkle on it. I'll move all these to the side and move these to this side. This episode is presented in parts. To see the next part, click on the next annotation in the top right corner of the video. If the next part has not been uploaded yet, it will be tomorrow. So if you want to see it, subscribe.